Have you ever noticed success never shouts? It whispers. It doesn't come with fireworks. It comes with silent sacrifices. The sleepless nights no one saw, the tears no one counted, and the choices no one clapped for. Success is not an accident. It's a whisper, calling only those who are willing to listen. Today, I will tell you a story, not of a celebrity, not of someone born rich, but of a woman who was once invisible. She had nothing but a dream, and the whispers of success guided her from darkness to light. If you truly listen to her journey, you'll realize success might already be whispering in your own life. The question is, are you listening? Ayesha was born in a dusty little town. Her father worked as a daily wage laborer. Her mother cooked and cleaned. They barely had enough to eat. From the start, life whispered limits into her ears. You are a girl. Girls don't study much. Dreams are for boys. Your future is in the kitchen. Her school uniform was torn. She carried books so old that some pages were missing. She had no electricity at home, so at night she studied under the dim flame of a kerosene lamp. Her classmates mocked her. Why bother studying? You'll just get married. But why others shouted at her to stop? She heard a whisper inside. Keep going. One day, this will matter. She listened, and in her final exams, she stood first in her class. But life is not a straight road. Her father, pressured by society, arranged her marriage when she was still young. Suddenly, books were replaced with household chores. Her dreams seemed crushed. Society whispered again. Your life is settled now. A good wife sacrifices her ambitions. She cooked, cleaned, raised children, and though she loved her family, at night when everyone slept, she stared at the moon and thought, is this all I was meant for? That's when she remembered the whisper she heard as a child. One day, this will matter. So she began to read again, borrowed books from neighbors, learned secretly while her children slept, sometimes with a candle, sometimes with her own tears. One day, a small local school needed a substitute teacher. They asked if Ayesha could help, just for a week. She walked into the classroom, nervous but determined. She looked at the children, many of them poor, just like she once was, and something changed inside her. She taught with passion. She made learning fun. She told stories, asked questions, made the children believe in themselves. After that week, the school didn't want to let her go. They offered her a permanent position. And just like that, Ayesha's second life began. But success never comes without battles. Her husband wasn't supportive at first. Relatives mocked her. Why is she working? She should stay at home. Money was tight. She often gave her salary to help her students buy notebooks, instead of keeping it for her own children. She walked miles to school when she couldn't afford transport. She failed many times. Sometimes she thought of quitting. But every time, in the silence of her tears, she heard it again, keep going. This will matter. Years passed. Ayesha's passion turned her into the best teacher in town. Her students started achieving top grades. Parents admired her. The school promoted her to principal. But Ayesha didn't stop there. She had a bigger dream. She wanted to create an academy for girls, who couldn't afford education. An academy where no girl would ever be told, "Dreams are not for you." So she started small, teaching 5 girls in her courtyard, then 10, then 50. Soon, her academy became the pride of the town. Hundreds of girls came, some walking miles just to study. Years later, the girl who once studied under a kerosene lamp was now standing on a stage, receiving a national award for education. Journalists asked her, "What's the secret of your success?" She smiled and replied, "Success never shouted at me. It never promised me an easy road. It only whispered. In my failures, it whispered, try again. In my loneliness, it whispered, don't give up. In my struggles, it whispered, this will matter. I just kept listening." So my friends, success is whispering to you too. Maybe in your failures. Maybe in your pain. Maybe in the silent sacrifices you make every day. The question is, are you listening? Because sometimes the loudest voices are the ones spoken in silence. And sometimes, the smallest whisper can change your entire life.